trout in the UK. These are the three methods that I can guarantee will catch you fish at any still water in the UK. Whether it's rain, hail, sunshine, doesn't matter. These will work, one of them. Number one is the bung. The bung is simply a floating line with a piece of nylon on the end with either one or more flies and a static bung or a floating fly, which can either be a bung fly or a dry fly, set to let those flies underneath the bung sit at a certain depth that you want them to sit at. It's a controversial method, but undoubtedly extremely simple, very fun, and catches fish everywhere. The bung, best explained, is simply a way to control your flies more easily. It's very good for beginners because if you are fishing it completely static, your flies are still in action. Your flies are still being presented to the fish in a way that you want them to be presented. You can move them around, you can set them still, but they're being presented exactly in the depth that you want. Now, with a sliding bung, you can very quickly remove that stop and slide your bung up and down your nylon to whichever depth you would like to fish at. That's why it's extremely quick to be able to change from quite high up in the water column to very deep down. Extremely effective method and one that you need to try. Now, flies under the bung is the second step of how to successfully fish the bung. You can fish any fly under the bung. Flies such as this is an ecstasy, mojito and orange worm, are extremely effective because they fish well static but also moved. So you can move this fly around under the water column, under the bung, and this will have some small bits of movement, but as it sits there, it's fishing effectively the entire time. Number two is my favorite, pulling. Now, pulling doesn't necessarily mean that you have to pull fast. Pulling just simply means that you're moving the flies through the water column and they are sitting straight to your fly line. So there's no arc like a method that we'll come on to next. Pulling flies are normally lures of some type. So here is a snake, an olive snake. This has incredible mobility in the water column. Now, as you're pulling this through the water, it changes the way that it looks. And you're actually able to adjust how you fish it based on the methods of retrieval. My favourite way to pull is to completely change the way that I pull the flies in every single cast. You'll see in this cast that as I'm bringing it in, I'm changing the retrieve the entire time to try and find out the way that the fish want the flies to be moved. And in fact, an awful lot of takes will happen as you're increasing the speed of your pulling. So if you go from slow pulls to fast pulls, if there is a fish looking at that fly, that will entice them to take that fly. So change the speed of your flies, speed up your flies as much as you can. There's never too fast a retrieve for rainbow trout in the UK. Lastly is the washing line. The washing line is such an effective technique all year round, not just in spring and in summer and autumn. It can be fished effectively in winter as well. Easily explained, you're fishing some sort of floating lure. This is a fab, and this fishes at the front of the cast, simply meaning that the rest of your flies, your two nymphs normally, will be fishing in a washing line up to your floating line or midge tip. This means that you can cover multiple depths at the same time. And as you're fishing the washing line, you can fish it slower or faster to fish 3 depths at the same time and keep those nymphs where you want them to be in the water column. These 3 methods are all you need to catch fish all year round in the UK. If you watch some of my other videos, you'll be able to see some of the flies that work well in these methods. But for beginners, These 3 methods are the ones you should focus on still waters to catch more fish. If you like this video, short and simple, like and subscribe, and go ahead and tell me in the comments what else you'd like me to explain, or just hang around for some more fishing videos. Catch you in the next one.